Good morning, podcast people. It's Tuesday, Future of Work Day on Beyond Prompting, and today's story is one of those rare ones that actually changes how you should think about your job. Orange, quick question. If I told you machines could technically do half of all American work hours today, what would you say?
I'd say my alarm clock is already doing half my work hours, but go on.
Fair, but this isn't a joke. The McKinsey Global Institute just released a major report, Agents, Robots, and Us, Skill Partnerships in the Age of AI. And the headline is that AI agents and robots available right now are technically capable of performing tasks that take up about half of current US work hours. Half. And the twist is, that's actually the hopeful part.
Hopeful? Half of all work hours being automatable sounds like the opening scene of a dystopian movie, not a hopeful report.
That's exactly the misunderstanding the report is trying to kill. The number means tasks, not jobs. Think of every job as a bundle of activities. A radiologist reads scans, but also writes reports and attends meetings. A warehouse manager schedules shifts, but also handles exceptions and coaches people. Automation takes the routine slices out of those bundles, but the bundle itself stays. This doesn't mean half of all jobs will vanish.
So the job survives, but the shape of it changes. It's not will I still have a job, it's what will my job actually be?
Exactly. And here's where it gets exciting. McKinsey estimates that pairing people with AI tools could unlock almost $3 trillion in economic value in the United States by 2030. $3 trillion. That's a growth number, not a cost-saving number. But realizing it requires reimagining work itself. Processes, roles, culture. Incremental change won't get you there.
Okay, so what's the skill story? Every report says you'll need new skills, but this one seems to have actually measured it.
They did. In the past 2 years, job postings show a 7-fold increase in demand for AI fluency, the ability to use and manage AI. And the kicker, it's not just tech roles. SEO specialists, organic chemists, financial recording managers, engineers, all increasingly listed as a requirement. It's becoming like spreadsheet literacy, a baseline, not a specialty.
7-fold in 2 years. That's a tidal wave. But I've got to ask the uncomfortable question. What about the skills that AI just takes over?
The report is honest about that too. Some skills get handled better by machines, accounting workflows, claims adjusting, structured rules-heavy work. Others stay firmly human, conflict resolution, design thinking, anything that leans on creativity, contextual understanding, and empathy. Machines can't replicate those at a high level yet. Then there's a middle category, research, data analysis, project management, where either a person or a machine could do the work, depending on context.
So what's the overall percentage? How much of what we know stays relevant?
Here's the stat that should genuinely reassure people. About 72% of today's skills can be applied in work that both people and automation can perform. 72%. Most existing skills remain relevant, you just use them differently. Communication, management, operations, problem-solving, leadership, attention to detail, customer relations, writing, all of it endures. It evolves, but it doesn't disappear. The report calls this the skill partnership, and it's the core idea of the whole thing.
Skill partnership. I love that framing. Both sides bring something. So what does it look like in practice?
The report walks through concrete examples. Take problem solving. Agents can drill into data sets, identify patterns, generate options. That's the machine's contribution. But a human interprets those findings and decides what to do. In customer relations, agents handle routine queries while people build stronger relationships. In healthcare, generative AI helps medical writers draft reports, but people review the output and apply clinical judgment. Machines draft, humans decide. Every single time.
And that's the accountability piece. The machine generates, but somebody owns the outcome. Where does the productivity actually come from? Is it spread evenly or concentrated?
McKinsey ran the numbers on 190 business processes. About 60% of potential productivity gains are concentrated in sector-specific functions, the core activities of each industry. Manufacturing, supply chain management, healthcare, clinical diagnosis and patient care, finance, regulatory compliance, and risk management. The rest comes from cross-cutting functions that support every industry: IT, finance, administrative services.
So it's not a tech story, it's an every industry story. The places where the work is hardest are where the payoff is biggest. Do we have real-world proof this works, or is it all theory?
They include a case study. A global technology company redesigned its sales workflow end-to-end. A prioritization agent scores and ranks accounts. Other agents support outreach, with a scheduling agent setting up calls and reminders for high-potential leads. The salespeople manage the customer discussions and orchestrate across their portfolio. The result? 7 to 12% higher revenue and 40 to 50% of time saved, hours reinvested in actually serving clients.
Compelling numbers, but I want to push on the hardest part. What does this mean for leaders? Go redesign your sales workflow is a big ask, and most companies aren't a global tech firm.
That's the final section of the report, and maybe the most important. The hard organizational work is combining people and AI thoughtfully, building AI fluency across the entire workforce, from frontline employees to senior leaders, and designing complementary roles where machines handle routine tasks while people set goals, guide the work, and check the outputs. The leaders who succeed will harness technology to elevate human potential, retraining people for higher value work, organizing around skills rather than job titles, and measuring success by how effectively people and machines work together.
Organizing around skills rather than job titles, that's genuinely radical. The org chart of the future isn't a hierarchy of boxes, it's a map of capabilities. So if a listener wants one takeaway, what is it?
Here it is. Your job isn't being automated. Your tasks are. And the people who thrive aren't the ones who can do the most tasks. They're the ones who can partner with the machines that handle the routine ones. Learn the AI fluency, keep sharpening the human skills, communication, judgment, empathy, and position yourself in the 72% that endures. That's the skill partnership, and that's the future of work.
Brilliantly put. That's our deep dive. McKinsey Global Institute. Agents, Robots, and Us. Skill partnerships in the age of AI. Source link in the description as always.
We're Banana and Orange, and this has been Beyond Prompting. New episodes every morning at 7 a.m. Central. Tomorrow, we're looking at agent architecture, so set your alarm, subscribe, and we'll see you then. Stay curious, stay human, and go build that partnership.